Say he dropped 40,000, I dropped 50, going purge. Pull up that Draco hit and left his shit all on the curb.
What's up with it, tribe? It's J-Los and I'm back with another reaction vibe. And today we got the video on Foolio. As y'all know, he lost his life back like a couple of months ago, I think in June or something like that. Unfortunately, rest in peace, Julio. But it's a video I was watching. It was titled something like Julio's Killer's new footage come out or something like that. So I was just, doing my homework, trying to see what's going on. And when I started watching the video, it goddamn me looked like it was like some type of documentary or something on Foolio. So I say, shit, I'm going ahead and go react to this video and go watch it live with the tribe. So here we are, tribe. We're going to watch this video and see what we can figure out what's going on with this Julio case. I appreciate y'all tapping in with me. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. The vibe, we outside. All right, let's get into this video, yeah.
In 2023, Foolio had 2 attempts on his life.
Bro, how many shootouts you been in, bro?
But what?
That's a crazy question to ask already, you hear me? Any shootouts you been in, bro? That's wild.
What if I told y'all that those shootings and his eventual death were not isolated events? In shocking news, Tampa police revealed that the shootings of 2023 were carried out by the same shooter that eventually killed him on his birthday. How did the shootings go down? And how did police find out the whole thing is connected? In this video, I'm gonna reveal all the details to y'all. Failed attack on Foolio's life. In 2023, Foolio found himself in a life-threatening situation that left fans and the music industry in disbelief. How did this go down? It all happened on an ordinary evening. Foolio was wrapping up a late-night recording session at a studio in Jacksonville, Florida. The atmosphere was typical for a night of creative work, filled with the buzz of music and the anticipation of new tracks. When the session was over, Foolio stepped out of the studio, heading towards his car, with no idea that danger was lurking just around the corner.
I walk out the studio, I'm walking down like the carport to my car.
According to eyewitnesses, a group of unidentified assailants had been waiting in the shadows, their intentions clear and deadly. The attackers, armed with firearms, approached Foolio with a calculated precision that suggested this was no random act of violence. As Foolio opened his car and sat down, the first shots rang out, shattering the stillness of the night and sending Foolio into a state of immediate panic.
I get to the driver's side of the door, I open the door. As soon as I get to sit down, little niggas go blowing. Bum, 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 bum.
You didn't see nobody before?
Oh.
Hell no, I just see 2 niggas shooting with choppers.
Luckily, he survived this attempt without any injury, but the next attempt on his life left him with a huge hole in his foot. In the same year, Foolio would have another attempt on his life. It was early in the morning. At around 6:30 a.m., Foolio drove to a convenience store to get some vape, but when he pulled out the driveway, unknown to him, he was being followed by some OPPs. When he finally got to a stop sign, it rang out.
By the time I got to the stop sign, they hopped out and went to shooting and shit. They shot the car up.
In the chaos, he was struck in the foot, the pain burning through his body. The sound of gunfire echoed.
That's the same car he got shot in, though. Like, that he got. Man, hold up.
Through the streets, causing nearby residents to scramble for cover and call emergency services. The attackers, having accomplished their mission, quickly fled the scene, leaving Foolio injured and vulnerable. Despite the excruciating pain and the shock of the ambush, Foolio's instincts for survival kicked in. He managed to find cover and used his phone to call for help. Within minutes, emergency responders arrived at the scene, providing first aid and rushing him to a nearby hospital. The news of the shooting spread rapidly, with social media platforms lighting up with messages of concern and speculation. At the hospital, Foolio underwent emergency surgery to remove the bullet and repair the damage to his foot.
So the picture floated around on the internet. Can you confirm that was a real picture?
Yeah, that was a real picture.
Oh my God.
As Foolio
I remember that too, boy. He had a fat ass on his foot.
Recovery, the world outside buzzed with questions and theories about the motive behind the attack. The police also got involved, launching an immediate investigation into the ambush. But unfortunately, the identities of the attackers remained a mystery. The lack of immediate arrests or concrete leads only fueled the speculation. Some believe the attack was linked to Foolio's ongoing feuds with other artists, particularly his well-documented rivalry with Youngin Ace. Others suggested it could be connected to personal vendettas or gang-related activities. The ambush had a profound impact on Foolio's music and public image. His subsequent releases reflected the trauma and intensity of the experience, with lyrics that delved into themes of survival, betrayal, and the harsh realities of street life. The incident would also become a defining moment in Foolio's career, shaping his artistic direction of his music. If there's one thing y'all must know, it's that in the music industry, the lines between bad news and good news can blur sometimes, because in the months following the ambush, Foolio's popularity soared way higher than it ever had. The only problem with this type of fame is that it puts an even larger target on your back, especially in the world that Foolio lived in. And if y'all know about Foolio,
Only thing about being a rapper, bro. Rapper is a dangerous job, man. Even though I ain't never been no big ass rapper, none, but I'm from outside and I know how I go. I can imagine being a a famous rapper, bro, and you talking about this and ops, you know what I'm saying? Dangerous, bro. That's all I can
ops,
say.
even dead ones. So even after getting shot, Foolio never backed or switched his style. This most likely played a big role in his murder on June 23rd, 2024. But before we get to how these shootings are all connected to his killer, y'all must know that the 2023 attacks ain't even the first attempt Foolio has had on his life. The first time Foolio would get shot was when he was 15.
Then at 16 years old, you get shot yourself.
15.
The story goes that when Foolio was 15, he had a fight in his school. As a result, he was transferred to another school in a different neighborhood. Unfortunately, the school he got transferred to was in his ops neighborhood. Yeah, you heard that right. Even as young as 15, Foolio
Every time they say ops, they show young in age. You hear me? That's crazy. Every time.
at ops. He'd been living the gang lifestyle from a very young age. Coincidentally, on his first day at the new school, one of the boys in the neighborhood was brutally murdered while getting on the school bus early in the morning. The news of the murder spread quickly, leaving everyone in shock and mourning. Everyone but Foolio. Foolio chose to react differently. Instead of showing empathy and respect for the deceased, he decided to troll and mock the death of his classmate on Facebook.
I've been taunting him all day on Facebook, the person who died.
This act of insanity.
I don't mean a lot, but Foolio been on that ton of shit. The dead, the people who like opping them and shit like that, the people that's against her, that man been trolling their ass. He was, what they say, 15? That's wild.
Sensitivity did not sit well with many people.
So I've been trolling his ass all day.
Target for retaliation. His actions were seen as a blatant disregard for the gravity of the situation, and it painted a bullseye on his back. Later that day, after school hours, Foolio boarded the bus home. However, little did he know that danger was lurking just around the corner. As the bus approached his stop, Foolio got off, completely unaware of the life-threatening situation that was about to unfold. As he took a few steps away from the bus, he suddenly felt a sharp, searing pain in his hip. He had been shot. The bullet struck him with such force that it shattered his hip, causing excruciating pain and rendering him unable to run.
I got hit on my hip, and my hip popped out of place, and I was just crawling.
In a desperate attempt to save his life, Foolio began to crawl, hoping to find some form of safety. He managed to crawl into a nearby yard, but instead of receiving help, he was met with hostility. The homeowner, a grown woman, yelled at him to get out of her yard, showing no concern for his injuries. A few seconds later, he passed out.
Crawled to like this house with this lady sitting on the porch. I'm like, I'm shot. I'm shot, ma'am, I'm shot. She was like, I don't give a get the out my yard.
Wow. Motherfucker, like, I don't get no fuck. Get out my yard. Your ass could die out there. That shit crazy. But hey, motherfucker don't know what's on the other side of that door. You shot shit. Who doing the shooting? You hear me?
I'm like, what the I'm shot. So after that, I just turned over, I just laid on my back, and I just like passed out.
Lucky for him,
Damn.
The shooter thought he was dead and walked over him. Soon afterwards, the police and ambulance arrived at the scene, and Foolio was rushed to the hospital. When he woke up in the hospital, he found himself surrounded by police officers who were there to interrogate him about the shooting. They suspected that he might have been involved in the murder of his classmate, given the timing and his recent behavior.
The police was acting like I wasn't a victim. They was like, oh, the person you beefing with died that morning. They say you had something to do with it. We know you had something to do with it. I had to prove to them that I was really on the way to school.
Eventually, Foolio got his name cleared. However, the trauma of the shooting and the subsequent surgeries.
That's crazy. That man shot in the hip and all type of shit. 12 steady pressing him like shit. Yeah, you got something to do with it. Woo, 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 woo. He like, man, I'm the one shot. Shit.
Lasting impact on him. His hip was shattered by the bullet, requiring multiple surgeries and a long road to recovery. Foolio had to relearn how to walk, spending months in a wheelchair and on crutches. The physical pain was immense, but the emotional scars ran even deeper. If it was any other person, this incident should have served as a harsh wake-up call. However, Foolio, being Foolio, didn't. Change his ways. As y'all have come to know him, he never stopped trolling or dissing his ops. One could say it was in his blood.
You lost your dad through gun violence. You lost your close friend through gun violence. Now you get shot. Does that change who you are as a person at that point?
Bro, it just like, all them events was making me worser.
Back to Foolio's murder. Foolio's killer and the conspirators have recently been arrested by Tampa cops. And what
that's crazy right there, how fast they caught him. That's wild.
Who was Foolio's killer and how was he caught?
They caught their ass fast.
The investigation into the tragic death of rapper Foolio has been nothing short of intense and fast-paced. Authorities wasted no time in piecing together the events leading up to the fatal shooting, and their efforts have led to the arrest of 3 key suspects. On Monday, July 29th, the Tampa Police Department announced that 18-year-old Sean Gathright, his girlfriend, 21-year-old Alicia Andrews, and also 21-year-old Isaiah Chance Jr. had been arrested and each charged with premeditated first-degree murder with a firearm and conspiracy to commit first-degree murder with a firearm. New evidence has also brought a startling twist to the case. Court documents reveal that investigators found shell casings related to an earlier attempt to kill Jones in October 2023. When
Which is wild, bro. Like, why you got shell casings from the first attempt you tried to kill, but you tried, what, the third or the second, allegedly? You get what I'm saying? Like, why would you have, like, psycho ass shit? You hear me? That's
Gathright was
crazy.
arrested during a traffic stop in a Jacksonville parking lot. Officers discovered a Glock 9mm pistol, a rifle, and 9 spent rifle casings. These casings were a crucial piece of evidence, linking Gathright to not just one, but multiple violent incidents. Detectives determined that the spent casings matched 2 different shootings before Foolio's death, a separate homicide in May and the October attempt on Foolio's life. This revelation has provided a critical link in the investigation, suggesting that the murder of Julio Foolio was not an isolated incident, but part of a broader pattern of violence. During a search of Gathrights' house after Jones was killed, detectives found several rifles in a gun safe, including one with a brass catcher. This device is used to collect spent
Oh, that boy got a motherfucking shell case catcher, you feel me? That ain't leaving no evidence. He catching every bullet he hit. Do that motherfucker catching it, you hear me? Your ass going down. I wonder if them legal. I don't even know, you hear me? But shit, that's big evidence right there, you hear me? Especially, man, that's crazy, bro.
Preventing them from being left at the scene. Investigators believe this brass catcher was used in the shooting of Jones, further implicating Gathright in the crime. In light of this discovery, Gathright was charged with tampering of physical evidence, as well as an additional count of premeditation.
I saw this one right here, bro. Y'all like, why y'all hit my car? Why we hit your car? Nigga, you got shell cases. You got bullets from motherfucking the other day when you tried to kill his man. You got all type of evidence in your shit. They probably ain't know that at the time, but you worried about why they hit your car like you finna get this motherfucker back, try. Your ass is over whooping, try.
Premeditated murder in the first degree, and 2 additional counts of premeditated murder in the first degree with a firearm. Although the shooter has been arrested, this case is far from over. Police have announced that 2 individuals remain at large, Rashad Murphy and Davion Murphy, keeping the community on edge. These 2 men were believed to also be responsible for the death of Foolio. In the statement, Tampa police later revealed the timeline of the attack. Between June 21st, 23, the 5 suspects conspired to commit murder against Foolio, with all 5 traveling from Jacksonville to Tampa on June 22nd in 2 vehicles to locate and kill Foolio in retaliation for an ongoing Jacksonville rival gang feud. Authorities went on to state that on June 23rd, Andrews and Chance trialed Foolio and his entourage to 2 different locations. At each location, they got out of their vehicle and Chance used a cell phone, the statement claimed. Foolio was trying to book a hotel room after getting kicked out of an Airbnb where he was celebrating earlier. Foolio had posted his location online multiple times before the shooting, so there was also a digital footprint for the killers to follow. After driving by Foolio's parked cars twice and leaving, the 3 armed...
Post your location though, Foolio. Come on, child. But I ain't the one here to judge you, bro. I'm just reacting to the video. But again, being a rapper already a dangerous job, bro. Then you dissing dead ops. You doing all type of shit, bro. You get what I'm saying? But hey, again, I ain't here to judge you, bro. You get what I'm saying? But posting your location, though, telling anybody who want the location to pull up, it's like, I don't know.
Shooters got out of their car and opened fire on Foolio's cars, killing him and injuring 3 others. The police said the people who shot the guns were Davion, Rashad Murphy, and Gathright. As you probably already know, Foolio was part of a gang called 6 Block, which has been fighting with 2 other gangs, ATK and 1,200 Inches, for a long time.
Look, every time they say something about an op or another block, they show
Isaiah Chance is in the ATK gang, and Rashad Murphy is in the... Davion Murphy is also part of the 1,200 gang. So the police suspect the gang feud to be the reason for Foolio's death. The authorities have also appealed to the public for assistance. They have urged anyone with information about the whereabouts of the remaining suspects to come forward. The police have set up a dedicated tip line and are offering a substantial reward for any information that leads to an arrest. Also, the new video released showing the arrest of Foolio's killer has also...
Hey, in the rain is crazy, bro. That's wild. They did that in the rain, bro. I'm talking about dripping wet. They out there like, hey, come outside now.
Helped reestablish the faith of the Jacksonville community and the police.
Turn, now walk back to sound of my voice. Come on. Keep coming. Keep coming.
Everyone has been impressed by the swift actions and professional actions of the police in dealing with the case. A resident that witnessed the arrest shared his surprise at the preparedness of law enforcement, describing the sheer number of officers, the tactical gear, the armored vehicles as it was overwhelming.
We have a warrant for your arrest. Come to the front door with nothing in your hand.
Speaking of competence, the Tampa officials also made a fourth arrest on July 29th, just a few days after the first three were caught. 30-year-old Rashad Murphy was apprehended by the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office and the U.S. Marshal Service at an apartment complex off Collins Road. After hours of tense negotiations, Murphy surrendered just after midnight. This arrest brings the total number of suspects in custody to 4. But while this is a big success, the investigation is far from over. Authorities are still on the hunt for one more individual, 27-year-old Davion Murphy. Police believe he also played a critical role in the deadly shooting and are urging anyone with information to come forward. These individuals took extreme measures to try and cover their actions, but they were no match for Tampa investigators.
I thought they had all they ass. There's one left on the loose right now today. I thought they had all of them. You hear me? That's something new to
As
me.
the investigation continues, the memory of Julio Foolio lives on in the hearts of his fans and loved ones. The arrest of Rashad Murphy marks a significant milestone in the quest for justice. As the investigation unfolds, the community remains hopeful that all those responsible will be held accountable. New info on the murder. A lot of information regarding Foolio's murder has been revealed to the public recently. However, one that has been most shocking is that of a man who came forward and claimed that he was paid $1,000 by Foolio's longtime rival, Youngin Ace, to take him out.
Ace had that money on his head, you know. Ace had him put that 10K up, told me to slide, told me to smack Fool.
This jaw-dropping confession has ignited a firestorm of controversy and speculation. Was this a calculated hit fueled by a bitter feud, or is it a desperate grab for attention? The hip-hop world is no stranger to feuds and rivalries. But the recent claim that Youngin Ace paid a man $10,000 to murder Julio Foolio has taken things to a whole new level. This shocking allegation...
Nah, he overwhooping child. He needs some milk for real, man. Who the fuck is that? He don't look nothing like the suspects with that mask on his face that's claiming that, bro. You think he was just trolling, bro? And he putting that shit on who again? Youngin Ace, allegedly, bro. That's wild.
Has left fans and the industry in disbelief. In a video that has been circulating on social media, a man wearing a ski mask and an orange beanie made a startling confession. He claimed responsibility for the murder of Julio Foolio, stating that he was paid by Youngin Ace to carry out the hit. The masked man, whose identity remains unknown, did not hold back in his...
I killed Julio Foolio. Youngin Ace put 10K on his head. Like, come on. Wow for that, bro. I want this dude trolling, bro. 10K.
Confession.
He don't look nothing like the suspects though.
Hey, on everything I love, bro. On the dead homies, bro. I put it on everything on my soul, on my kids, nigga. I'm the one that smacked Julio Foolio that night when he got dropped at his birthday celebration.
The masked man went on to allege that Youngin Ace, a well-known rapper and Foolio's longtime rival, orchestrated the killing. According to the masked man, Ace put a $10,000 bounty on Foolio's head, driven by frustration over their ongoing feud and Foolio's constant provocations. While it's important that y'all know that this happened before police arrested and charged the 4 suspects in the murder of Foolio, there are some people on the internet that believe there might be some truth to what this masked man is saying due to the long-standing beef between both rappers and their gangs. The feud between Julio Foolio and Youngin Ace dates back to 2017, when Foolio's 19-year-old cousin, Zion Brown, was shot and killed. This incident sparked a bitter rivalry between the 2 rappers and their respective crews, KTA and ATK. Over the years, the feud escalated, involving multiple shootings and retaliatory attacks. In one of the most notable incidents, Youngin Ace was shot in an alleged retaliatory attack, but survived, though his brother and 2 others were killed in the same.
I remember that. I don't mean to pause, but I remember that. Him, all 3 of his people, including his blood little brother, got killed besides Youngin Ace, bro. Dude got the, like, trolling it. Foolio, he got the dissing the shit out of him, you hear me? But I ain't even know about the death of his little cousin, Foolio cousin, before that he basically trying to say that such and such has something to do with. So I'm learning new shit too, you hear me? But yeah, I remember this incident. Sure. Youngin Ace's little brother and his little people got killed that day, and he was the only survivor, which is crazy.
Shooting. It was his younger brother's birthday, and he had taken him out for dinner to celebrate with 2 other friends, and 25 seconds later, they pulled up to a red light, and boom, bullets are sprayed. Youngin Ace is shot 8 times, but luckily he survives. However, lying beside him is his dead brother and 2 friends who didn't make it. After that, Foolio celebrated the shootings on his social media with multiple posts, and even created a t-shirt featuring the late Royale Devon Smith Jr. Daunt S face that Ace said, "Rest in piss 23." Foolio also made a diss track, "When I See You," where he references the deaths and taunts Ace. The song's music video even features a mock gravesite with the names of Ace's deceased friends, a move that many saw as a way to taunt Young Ace. The beef also saw the tragic death of Foolio's brother, Adrian Denard Gaynor, also known as Bibby, with another rapper, Xu, later arrested for the killing. Despite the ongoing feud, Young Ace has previously denied having any issues with Foolio. In a 2021 interview with Hip Hop DX, Ace dismissed the feud as a clout-chasing tactic, claiming that he had never even met Foolio. "They're just doing that for clout. In my city, every rapper raps about that accident because it's a form of clout. That person you talking about, I don't even know him and have never seen him before in my life, bro. We've never seen each other before, so all that is irrelevant. It just be a clout thing, like if he talks about me, he going to win, but if I talk about him, I'm not going to win. It's not going to work like that. I'm not chasing clout or clearing up any rumor because I don't respect lies." The Masked Man's confession has sparked a frenzy on social media, with fans and followers of both rappers weighing in on the shocking allegations. One user wrote, "If this is true, Ace is done for. This is some serious stuff." Another commented, "Even if this was true, you just switched on Ace Goofy. The story capped the end." Legal experts have weighed in on the situation, noting that the Masked Man's confession, while shocking,
That's the internet, bro. I feel like that's the internet. You hear me? That's just my opinion, bro. Because he don't look nothing. If they did their job correctly, he don't look nothing like them 4 or 5 suspects, excluding the woman. You know what I'm saying? Them 4 suspects that they said that's allegedly the shooter. He don't look like them. You know what I mean? I feel like that's the internet, but whatever though.
may not be enough to convict Youngin Ace without further evidence. The police also are yet to make any official statements regarding the Masked Man's claims. Confessions like these can be tricky. Without other sources to verify the evidence, it's challenging to build a solid case. The police will need to investigate further to determine the validity of these claims. Youngin Ace's new song, "Do It," has also become the center of a heated debate, not just among fans, but also within legal circles. The track, released on June 24, 2024, the day after Foolio's murder, is being scrutinized for its potentially incriminating lyrics. The timing of the release and the content of the song have raised questions about whether it could be used as evidence in the ongoing investigation into Foolio's death. In "Do It," Youngin Ace raps, "Fellas got the low, and I told him do it." This line has been interpreted by many as a possible admission of orchestrating a hit on Foolio. The phrase "got the low" is street slang for obtaining someone's location, and "do it" can be seen as an order to carry out a violent act. This has led to speculation that Ace might be implicating himself in Foolio's murder. Speaking of legal experts, Bruce Rivers, a well-known criminal lawyer with a significant following on YouTube, has also weighed in on the matter. Rivers, who has reviewed numerous hip-hop related court cases, believes that the lyrics in "Do It" could indeed be used as evidence against Youngin Ace. He points out that the timing of the release, coupled with the specific language used in the song, could be seen as a form of confession.
Do you hear what he just said? He said, "Fellas got the low, I told them to do it." Now, if they can link Youngin Ace to any kind of case related to this is coming into evidence.
Which is wild. Like, why we can't rap? Why, like, artists can't rap and make music and shit? You get what I'm saying? I ain't even talking about Youngin Ace and Foolio. I'm talking about in general. How do lyrics get used in court? But people that make movies and write books and horror movies and crime movies and act these things out, they don't get used shit in court if something come up. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, bro. Let's watch the video, though. That's just my opinion. Like, why do lyrics get used in cases? You get what I'm saying?
Emphasizes
kind of like going against the freedom of speech a little bit, you know what I mean?
That the crime scene shows signs of premeditated first-degree murder. He explains that admitting to crimes online, as seen in other high-profile cases like those of Young Thug and YNW Melly, can have serious legal repercussions. In these cases, authorities have used rap lyrics as evidence to build their cases, arguing that the lyrics detail specific incidents and therefore can be considered as confessions. Young Thug and YNW Melly are just 2 examples of rappers.
That ain't cool, bro. I ain't gonna even lie. Not being like liars or nothing like that. I just don't think that's cool, bro. Motherfuckers being creative. They could be talking about anything that they saw, witnessed, fantasized, anything, bro. Just being creative, doing something that they know gonna be catchy, saying something, you know. I just don't think it's fair when people could, like I said, write books, like make movies, etc., etc. You get what I'm saying? It's the same thing. And these certain people, actors and stuff, they go to trial and those sort of things, and they not saying, "We remember you played a killer in this movie," so that mean like, yeah, like, you know,
whose lyrics have been used against them in court. In Young Thug's case, prosecutors have cited his lyrics as evidence of his involvement in criminal activities. Similarly, YNW Melly's lyrics have been scrutinized for their potential connection to real-life crimes. However, this practice has faced significant backlash. Music executives and artists like Papoose, Kevin Lyle, Styles, Torre, and Mison have protested against using rap lyrics in court, arguing that it violates First Amendment rights to free speech and expression. They contend that lyrics are a form of artistic expression and should not be taken literally or used as evidence in criminal cases. As of now, Youngin Ace has not been charged or identified as a person of interest in Foolio's murder, but the release of Do It has undoubtedly added fuel to the fire, leaving fans and critics alike questioning the true extent of his involvement. The song's rapid rise in popularity, amassing 2.5 million views in just one day, has only intensified the scrutiny. Tampa Police Chief Lee Burkall has assured the public that arrests in the Foolio murder case will be made soon. The investigation is ongoing, and the authorities are leaving no stone unturned. Foolio's death has left a void in the hip-hop community, and the search for justice continues. As the investigation unfolds, the world watches closely, waiting to see if Youngin Ace's lyrics will indeed be used as evidence in this high-profile case. The intersection of art and reality has never been more evident, and the implications of this case could set a precedent for how rap lyrics are treated in future legal proceedings. Another newly shared important piece of information on Foolio came from his mother, Sandricus Mays. When Foolio died, strange and unsettling posts appeared on his Instagram account, leading fans into a deep sea of speculations. However, in an exclusive tell-all interview with Say Cheese TV, Sandricus explained what actually happened.
I'm running his account now. Before, somebody had his password or whatever, and I'm just able to retrieve it from his phone or whatever. But before, I wasn't running his account.
The posts that appeared on Foolio's account were nothing short of shocking. Some messages hinted at Foolio being resurrected, while others claimed he was still alive. Fans were left scratching their heads, wondering if there was more to Foolio's death than met the eye. Sandricus Mays has taken control of Foolio's Instagram account to ensure that his legacy is honored and that the confusion caused by the previous posts is put to rest. She now uses the account to share his music, memories, and messages of love and support from fans.
He's a talented artist and things of that sort, and stuff like that makes me happy. That makes me happy. Few hated him, but many loved him.
If you enjoyed...
Man, that video was deep, man. I ain't gonna lie, I learned some things about Foolio that I ain't know, because I ain't gonna say I was a big old fan like that, but of course I knew his music. I was aware of diss songs that he made, and you know, the back and forth with him, Youngin Ace, and even other artists, you know what I'm saying, that was into it with him. But like I said, man, I just hate at the end of the day, man, that it ended up costing him his life. I'm gonna try to keep up on this story and post more videos in the future about this as more evidence come about. But like I say, man, I appreciate y'all tapping in with me, man. Rest in peace, Foolio. It's Rivalry. We outside. Tribe. I'll catch y'all next time. You hear me?
This Drake so damn small, like a midget that I'm towing. That boy should have been focused, put holes in that 4 and 4.